Why did two of America's biggest local TV companies suddenly decide to bring Jimmy Kimmel back to millions of living rooms across the country? If you're curious about how media power plays actually affect what we watch, stick around, because today I'll break down what really happened, why it matters for viewers like you, and what it could mean for the future of your favorite shows. So here's the scoop. Sinclair Broadcast Group and Nexstar Media Group, two of the largest operators of local TV stations in the U.S., just announced they're ending their boycott of Jimmy Kimmel Live. That means, starting now, ABC affiliates owned by Sinclair and Nexstar will put the late-night show back on their schedules. If you live in a city where your local ABC station is run by one of these companies, you might have noticed Kimmel's show missing from late-night slots for a while. Now, he's back. Let's get into why this happened, and why it's a bigger deal than it sounds. First, a bit of background. Sinclair and Nexstar own a massive number of local TV stations. Together, we're talking about hundreds of stations, reaching tens of millions of households. When these companies make programming decisions, it can have a ripple effect across the country. So why did they pull Jimmy Kimmel Live in the first place? The companies never gave a detailed public explanation. But inside the industry, there's been a lot of speculation. Some say it was about business negotiations, specifically disputes over how much they pay to carry ABC's content, or disagreements about advertising revenue splits. Others think it might have been related to Kimmel's political humor, which sometimes ruffles feathers, especially in regions with more conservative viewership. But regardless of the reason, the impact was clear. For months, millions of viewers in Sinclair and Nexstar markets couldn't watch Jimmy Kimmel Live on their local ABC station. Instead, those late-night slots were filled with reruns, syndicated shows, or local programming. For ABC, this meant a drop in national viewership numbers and possibly lost ad revenue. For Kimmel's team, it was a frustrating hit to their audience reach. But now, after months of blackout, both companies have quietly reversed course. So, what changed? Industry insiders suggest the decision came down to a combination of viewer demand, pressure from advertisers, and maybe even a bit of damage control. Late-night talk shows are a key part of network programming. They attract loyal audiences and generate significant ad sales, especially in the coveted late-night slot. When Kimmel disappeared, some advertisers likely weren't happy about losing their usual spot to reach viewers. There's also the competitive landscape to consider. Streaming services are pulling eyeballs away from traditional TV. Networks and station owners can't afford to alienate loyal viewers or give them a reason to cut the cord. Every program counts. Bringing back a popular show like Jimmy Kimmel Live is a way to stabilize ratings and keep advertisers on board. Let's put some numbers to this. According to Nielsen, Jimmy Kimmel Live averages over 1.5 million viewers per night. If you multiply that by the number of stations that went dark, that's a significant chunk of the late-night audience. For advertisers, those are valuable impressions, especially when they're trying to reach adults who are still watching live TV. Historically, this isn't the first time station groups have flexed their muscles in negotiations with networks. In fact, disputes between local station owners and the big networks happen every few years, sometimes resulting in blackouts of popular shows, sports events, or even entire channels. The difference here is that late-night TV, once a guaranteed fixture, is now more vulnerable than ever. With changing viewing habits and streaming on the rise, every show pulled from broadcast TV is a bigger risk than it used to be. There's also a cultural angle. Jimmy Kimmel's show isn't just entertainment. It's a platform for celebrity interviews, political satire, and social commentary. When a show like his disappears from the airwaves, it limits the diversity of voices and perspectives available to viewers. Some media observers worry that decisions like this, made behind closed doors by corporate executives, could set a precedent for more content being pulled based on business or political disagreements. So, what does this all mean for you? If you're a fan of Kimmel, obviously, it means you can tune in again without hunting for clips online. But on a bigger scale, it's a reminder of how much control a handful of media companies have over what we see on our screens. Even in the streaming era, local TV still matters, especially for news, sports, and yes, late-night laughs. Looking ahead, this story could be a sign of more changes to come as media companies keep consolidating power and as networks and station owners battle over dollars and influence. Viewers could see more disruptions in what's available on free over-the-air TV. It's a delicate balance, keeping both advertisers and audiences happy while navigating a rapidly changing industry. So next time you flip on the TV and see your favorite show is missing or suddenly back, remember, there's probably more going on behind the scenes than you think. Media deals, business negotiations, and even political pressure can shape what you get to watch. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit like, leave a comment with your thoughts on the Kimmel blackout, and subscribe for more insights into the business behind your favorite shows. And here's something to chew on. As the media landscape keeps shifting, who do you trust to decide what you get to watch? And what happens when that power is concentrated in just a few hands? Let's keep the conversation going.